Hello and welcome back to Euro Truck Simulator 2. Follow my career Farquar Freights as we continue on our journey to conquer Great Britain, not Europe, as I said in the last episode. We're just conquering Britain for now. We'll move on to Europe later. You join me here back in Birmingham. I was initially going to try and do a couple of off-screen jobbies today or this afternoon. But there was the option of a JCB buckhoe loader, which you can see we've got on the back, and there was also a asphalt miller, so I sort of toss up between the two on what we pull. Both were going to go down to Portsmouth, so I've gone for the JCB. It is a important order on priorities, so we haven't really got time to sit around and chat and mess about, but here we are. And it is a valuable order, obviously, as well. So let's jump in. Let's go. So let's try and get out of this lumber merchants. Quite a nice little depot, this. Take it easy. I didn't change the trailer. I probably could have changed that to a shorter trailer, just to make it easier for myself. But alas, here we are. This is what we're working with.
Turn right.
Adds to the challenges, I guess. For me, anyway. We'll wait for them to come. We'll be good. I did have one... No, I had 2 sleeps. We've moved on to the next morning from the last episode. I had 2 sleeps as we came in this afternoon. So we do have a little bit of money, enough probably to expand our fleet by 1 truck at the moment. You never know, by the end of today we might be able to get 2. We are going to try and expand every episode, just keep filling it out, filling it out. The more trucks we have, the quicker we get to buying everything up. So yeah, most episodes will end with a little bit of fleet management, hopefully a little bit more cohesive than last time. I will just buy a truck, get a driver, buy a truck, get a driver, not buy 4 or 5 trucks. Forget where I've put them, hire drivers and put them in places where I don't have trucks, or, as I noticed in editing, I put them in the right depot, but just decided to give them the slot next to the truck rather than give them the truck. I don't know what my brain was thinking. So yeah, apologies for that. But welcome in. Welcome returning viewers, welcome new viewers. If this is your first time checking out the Conquering Britain series or any of my ETS series, why not go back to the start of this particular series? Don't worry about going back to the start of all the ETS. There's over 150 episodes, but why not start at see what we were doing here in the UK, check out the rest of the series, or just enjoy them randomly as you find them. Why not do that? I do appreciate all the support on this series. Like I say, my trucking has been going on almost continuously for 3 years. 150, probably nearly 160 videos of ETS on here. We've got around about 30 ATS. I'm thinking once we've finished the ETS, so this particular series anyway, we might go over and focus on maybe some ATS, get some more ATS content out. Maybe have an idea for something for that. I haven't thought of anything yet, but I think it might make it a nice change just to balance out the content. Initially, ATS was always streamed. I have got a few recorded ones, and my very early recorded ones have actually been removed because I just weren't happy with them anymore. Like a lot of the content on my channel, I've said it many times, I've deleted 2,000 videos last December to January, so it was content that I weren't happy with putting out anymore. I weren't happy with the quality anymore. A lot of it didn't fit what we were doing on the channel anymore. So yeah, it was time to get rid of it. It wasn't getting views and anyone that did watch it, because I felt the audio was that bad that no one stayed. So it wasn't helping the channel at all. But we shall continue on trying to grow. We are slowly creeping towards 5,000 subscribers. So if you are here and you haven't subscribed yet, consider it. It is a vanity number, but it does help us out, because a lot of people will look at a channel and they will judge the channel and its content on the number of subscribers and its views. Unfortunately, when we put out content that isn't farm sim on here, it doesn't do well. But I am insistent on being a
Go straight on.
variety simulation channel and not just a farm sim channel. Some of it is doing better than it used to. Oh, very kind of the bus. But yeah, I like our demos that we did for the next fest. So it was bus bound and docked. Really enjoyed them. You know, I made sure I found the time. I'm struggling with like getting time to record and being comfortable recording because of health and different things and family stuff. Really enjoyed them. And I know I was a little bit slow in getting them out because of those reasons. But I thought I did well. I thought they were good videos. I thought they shoot the demo really well. Especially with my dog. I think since I've done that, I've watched other people go through the dog demo. Nearly everyone else is in third person, out of cab, doing it. And there's nothing wrong with that. But I like to play in cab. So I did 90 to 95% of that demo in cab. I didn't see anyone else doing that. Whether that is why people didn't stick around or why it didn't get pushed more, you just don't know. But yeah, I thought it was good. And the bus bound as well, I really enjoyed that. Definitely be looking at that in future as a game. As I said before, I do have Bus Simulator 21 with the expansion. I think it has an expansion anyway. I think it's got an expansion with it. Well, they did an update anyway. So yeah, I do have that on PC, so you know, if people are interested in a little bit of bus content, we could get that on before then. Who knows if we'll ever find time. We've got so many things on the go. It would be nice if we could finish at least one Sabre game before another one comes out, so I do need to focus, I think, on Roadcraft. I think that'll be the easiest one to get to the end of, although there will be more content for that coming. I'd love to do some more expeditions. That has grown massively, like size-wise, as the game with new maps and stuff, and we are very early in that. Unfortunately, I don't think that was it wasn't as popular because of Roadcraft, because Roadcraft is so good. The game itself, not my content. The game itself, Roadcraft, is so good. It was hard for expeditions to come in and try and be something different. So yeah, a lot of people were sort of swayed off it, and then obviously the content that was going out just didn't get a lot of attention anyway, regardless of how good it was. But yeah, and then obviously there's Roadcraft, which I absolutely love, and you wouldn't be able to tell that by the limited amount of content that is on the channel. But I have thousands and thousands of hours playing that game. I was very late in deciding I wanted to put content out on it, and we used to stream it on Twitch, and we'd gotten pretty much as far as we have now on the hard mode series in the Twitch stream series. But then decided, you know what, we're going to do hard mode, because I was watching Wesel on Wheels. Go check out Wesel on Wheels. The man is a master at SnowRunner and at Roadcraft for that matter as well. So yeah, so we, off the inspiration of Wesel on Wheels hard mode series, which I was so impressed with, I thought I want to tackle hard mode. And obviously it's a big game, it's a long game, it's a slow grindy game. And we're only just sort of halfway through Time Air, which is still a base game map. There are 16 DLC maps, and I'm still on the base game map after 5 years. So it would be nice to do that and push on and get some more done there. On my console save, I've done almost half the maps, and I'm doing them in a different order from the way I want to play them through the hard mode series, because I've done them on like a regular mode. Got trucks everywhere. I've got like 2 or 3 maps on the go at the same time on my console. But yeah, so I need to get back to them games. I do. But I also want to play the other stuff as well. So we're doing Deconstruction Simulator. I'm trying to push on with Ship Graveyard Simulator. We should have had our first warship done. So we've on that one we've done all the base ship breakdowns. We've done all the recent fishing ship breakdowns. Really enjoyed them. They were good. They were different. We've completed all 3 of the submarine ship breakdowns. They were quite challenging, which again was a nice change. It sort of mixed it up, had you thinking a little bit more. For me, while recording them, it was stressful because I could not see what I needed to get and do, because I was trying not to lose parts because we needed the money. And in that series as well, we've also completely upgraded the hut, which, to my surprise, only 3.5% of Ship Breakdown players have bothered to invest in upgrading the hut completely and getting all the decorations. So, thumbs up and pat on the back for me for that. So, I want to push on with them.
Keep
And
left,
as...
and then exit
excuse
left.
me, sorry. And as we get through them, that should then hopefully free up a bit more time
Exit left.
to do the other things. So that's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking if I can push on and finish Ship Graveyard Simulator 2, I can then focus back on Roadcraft or SnowRunner or something. We can get back on it. I had made the decision a while back now. They've been on the... or they had been on my schedule for channel members for well over a month before they released publicly last week or this week, depending on when I put this episode out. With Gold Mine Simulator, no, I was hoping to do quite a lot of that and have that ready, but obviously because of different things going on, that hasn't been possible. But I do want to try and get at least 10 of them on there, 10 episodes of that, or at least try and finish the tutorial. The tutorial is taken forever, absolutely forever, which just is insane to me, like how much time it takes just to do that. But I would like to do that, and I would like to investigate more of that game. Sorry, just not used to talking.
Keep right.
Yeah, I'd like to see more of that game, what it does, because there is like almost like seasonal competitive gold mining on that. Everyone's in their own game, obviously, but there's a leaderboard as to who has got the most gold and over the most time. Now, it's not a game that I'm going to invest all my time in, but I'd like to have a look and see how that goes. But I need to understand the game and the game's mechanics and all its machines and its parts and how it all goes together and what have you. And there's also obviously a story there to that game because there's different maps and different areas to go to. I just need, once again, I just need the time to do it, but I want to try and at least do that, because that's something I'd like to do going forward, maybe more next year now, in doing 10, 12, 15 episodic series on these simulators with a goal, and then moving on to another one, and then we can maybe come back and do different stuff. Because I've got a lot of older simulators that I'd like to play and do and look at, things like Building Simulator and different type of things in that vein. There is why can't I think of his name now off the top of my head? There's one like a constructionville or something like that, where you're in like a whole town and city, and you've got to go in and take on contracts to it starts off like as a little bit of decorating and renovating, and then you take on building contracts and large stuff, and then there's like recycling parts to it, and there's a lot of management parts going on to it. So yeah, that's something that I'd like to try and do as like a seasonal episodic thing. So we have a goal of getting to a point of doing this, and then step away for a little bit, and then come back to the point of getting to this, just so we can explore more games. Plus we can then do that with the trucking as well, smaller targeted series. So we could go to ATS and do a state. So we're just going to do a state, do 10 days or 10 whatever, just driving around that state, hitting all the cities in that state, because most of the maps come out with that as a challenge, but I've not done it in most of my maps. So that's something we can do, and then as each expansion comes out, that can be the goal for a little while. Just ideas I'm trying to throw out there. Obviously, you guys let me know what you think about these ideas, or whether you want me just to stick with stuff. And I know there'll be a lot of people that will want me to just to stick to farm sim, just do farm sim. I can't. I've got too many games I enjoy, too many games I want to play, and too many other things I want to do. I can't just stick to farm sim. As much as I'm enjoying farm sim now, especially farm sim 25 now, I wish I had the time and the ability to sit and for the length of time that it takes to play that. But we will be getting back to Own the Map challenge very shortly. After, I think I might try and get a bit of recording in. It's just going to take time, so it might only be one episode a week, unfortunately, until I can get back to being comfortable sitting here and doing this for a long time. It was a few hours ago that I recorded the first episode, well, not the first episode, the last episode. This is the same day. Did that this morning. I'm doing this one this afternoon, having had a stretch out and a drink and just sort of
And then
moved
exit
about a little bit. And that was only like half an hour. And I think in this one episode that I recorded, that I said how uncomfortable I'd already become. That was only a 20-minute trip. So that's how difficult it is doing this at the minute.
At the roundabout, take the
So with a
turn.
farm sim, like I said earlier, with a farm sim where it takes me 8 hours to record enough to make a 40-minute video, if not, it's not progressing enough. There's no point in just doing one job and then coming back and then doing another job and then coming back on that series, because I'm just not progressing as quick as I need to progress, because we're trying to buy and own a 4x map, a plot at a time. It's so much needs to be done. So much needs to be done. I am considering maybe doing almost some time-lapse episodes for it, so I can just do the job, speed it all up, put some music behind it, and sort of doing that. I don't know how well that'll go down. The trouble is with time-lapse stuff, and I do tend to have one or two. Like, I have one particular track that I'm using for that series, because I'm only doing one or two little 30-second bursts of time-lapse in an episode or every other episode sometimes. Because the wrong music can put people off, and there's the wheels on the ambulance. Yeah, people will just switch off, or they just skip it, which is fine, because I've been known to skip through some time-lapse sections and find where the next talking bit is. Doesn't necessarily help with video performance, and if the video doesn't perform well, then YouTube doesn't push it well, so less people see it and we get less growth, and that's just all bad. So, or whether I just do again, but that's then starting something new, I'll just do a time-lapse series for a bit, but I just have to sit and do it. But if I pick maybe a small map and do a time-lapse thing, I did do that at the end of 19, I think it was. At the end of 19, because that was when we first moved here. Audio was terrible in this room, but worse than it already is now. And yeah, I hadn't decorated this one because I saved my PC room to the last room that I was going to decorate to make sure I got all the rest of the house done first. But I still felt I needed to keep trying to put out some content, so I just set the PC up in a bare bones, no carpet, nothing in here, and just recorded and did that. So whether I try a little bit of that, like I say, I don't watch a lot of time-lapse content, so I don't, especially, so I don't tend to make it. It definitely has its audience. You look at people like Sim Farmer and Modest Gamer. Because I used to watch them a lot back in for FS19. Once I'd sort of grown tired of watching MSP and Dagger, and I just wasn't interested in their same story all the time and whatnot. So I thought just going to watch them instead, and you'd put it on, and I'd even watch them in bed, fall asleep to a bit of music on, and stick it on my phone and watch some time lapse. So I definitely used to enjoy it, but now I'm like, I want something else going on with it. I want the story. I want someone that's doing something maybe different, quite like a challenge series rather than just a standard type. Here's a new map, let's do the same stuff we've done on every other map. That's not me either.
Keep left and then exit left.
But there are, some guys have been playing the same map
Exit.
for the last 3 games. Or the last 2 games. So they played the same map on 19 and 22, and then did a 22 map that's also available on 25. And so I just feel like you're not really doing much different. And obviously those,
Turn right.
they still get the views, they do well, they're much bigger channels than me. So they're doing something right. But that's because they're just focusing on farm sim. I'm sure if I just churned out 5 farm sim videos a week, every week, I'd be well past my wanted goal of like 7,000 subscribers by now, which was initially where I wanted to be by now. But because I just do stuff that sort of goes against that grain, because I just have to do stuff that's for me more than for people, unfortunately. It's so selfish on me that I want to make my channel for me, but
Get ready to turn right.
is what it is, people.
Turn right.
So we're almost there. We are coming up to Portsmouth. Well, we've at least got a sign for Portsmouth. Doesn't even mean you're nearly there, does it? We can have a look, though. And we are... Oh, we are nearly there. 23 minutes, 14 miles. This was at 8,000 for this job, by the way. Or 8.5 grand. Not a massive amount. I think there would have been a little bit more if we'd got the Buckho. Oh, no, if we'd got the asphalt thingy-bob. But we went for the Buckho. Nice little village to the side there. Rural Portsmouth. Look at that. Thatched houses and everything. The internet and gaming world's misconception of what the UK looks like. You love it. That's more like it. Industrious ports. Now, something that I said a long time ago that would be cool is if we could do a video or a series or something where we went from literally from crop to production, but through different games. So if we grew a load of something on Farm Sim, delivered it somewhere via the game, come into ETS or ATS, whichever country our farm is in, picked our delivery up, and we did a delivery with it through ETS or ATS to a port, and then, or to an airport as it was what it was going to be, and then pick it up there, so you could then deliver it to Europe or deliver it to America, and we could do some Microsoft Flight Simulator to do the flight delivery, and then we could go back to ETS or back to FS or ETS ATS for then the delivery from the airport to somewhere to do production. We could build the production site within Farm Sim, and yeah, just a very convoluted way of doing it. But that was something I was thinking about, like with FS 22.
You have arrived at your destination. Your route guidance.
So don't steal my idea. That's something I still might like to do. But yeah, with the with dock to come along, we could have it now. We could take it to the docks, do your drop off there, and then load it onto a boat. There's like the Seafarer and other ship simulators that are available now that look quite nice. Could then do that part as well. Just things I think would be interesting if I had the time and ability to actually put that together. Right, let's drop this off. There's 269 miles, 6 hours, 6.5 hours. I'm presuming we were on time fine. High value cargo bonus, urgent delivery bonus is all there. Lovely job. And we do, by the looks of it, have enough to, well, at least one truck, and then we'll see. So I always forget how much they cost. So if we buy online, I think it's just, we'll just be able to buy the one, I think. Yeah, just the one. So if we purchase it, and we will send it. We've got Canterbury. How is that? I don't know. Perhaps we're not. I'm just looking at different towns as they come up. Just being a fool. I need to find one to, like, if we get one to max out. That one's max. That's all our ladies up there, isn't it? Yeah. Edinburgh's full. Newcastle's full. Liverpool's not. Sheffield's full. Ramsey's got a couple in. Galway. So shall we try and fill Liverpool? Let's try and work on that. I've not selected a slot. Of course I've not. There we go. Okay, so then we want to hire a driver. Recruitment agency. Hire. Still no one good. I need to go out there and trigger some more of these sites, don't I? We'll get B Ray, Ray B. And you're going to go to Liverpool, my friend. This is your truck. Off you go. And he is our 50th employee because we are employee number 1. We're going to stick you on some eco drive. And he does have, whatever that is, he does have the first part of his ADR, so that's all right. But that is it for another delivery and another episode. Hopefully you've enjoyed it. Hopefully you've enjoyed the chat. If you've got any ideas or thoughts or feedback for any of that, you know the drill. Drop it down there. If you have enjoyed the episode, give a big fat thumbs up down below. If you're new to the channel, hit the subscribe button. Turn the bell notification on. Find out when new videos are going live. Maybe go back, check out some of the older content if you're interested, or something else that's different on the channel. Why not? Like I say, comments and feedback down there. Massive thank you to the channel members for your continued support. Not only on the series, but on the channel. You guys are absolutely awesome. As always, you guys have a wonderful day. And hopefully, I will see you again very soon. Bye-bye.